It's such a big disappointment to learn that because I'm such a radio fan, and not just New York radio, and not just Howard and Opie and Anthony. You know, I love radio. I love Phil Hendry, Tom Likas. I even listen to Coast to Coast. I mean, I am a huge.
Howard tried to get me kicked off the air.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Please tell me that.
I think there's some stuff on. I have a video on YouTube. I'll make this story short, but years ago, when I first started here in Los Angeles, when I first moved to Los Angeles, we were doing the show, again, on an FM talk station, a Howard Stern station, and somebody called in and said that she worked in the same building as the old K-Rock, and she would see Howard in the elevator. And she would see him almost on a daily basis, and she was like, there's something going on with his hair. I'm telling you, in certain light, you can see scalp, and she actually said she thought she saw some netting.
Huh.
So I'm like, wow, this is a pretty interesting call. So we talked about it. People were asking my opinion, and I just said, look, I don't have an opinion. I don't know if he's wearing a wig or not. And frankly, it doesn't matter. But, it was an interesting and fun call.
Okay.
So the next day, I get a call from the general manager here in Los Angeles saying that the Stern people called, and they are pissed. And you cannot piss off our number one money maker.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what's up? And he goes, well, they're claiming that you said that he was bald, and he's very upset about it. I said, hey, listen. I said, this guy wouldn't be listening to the show if he didn't have an issue, in my opinion. But I never said that he was losing his hair.
It was a call.
And so it was pretty. They almost kicked me off the air. And
Holy cow.
To try to make a long story short, my sidekick at the time, Dave Salazzo, called into the Stern show. They let him on, and they tried to really berate him. And at the end of the conversation, Stern says, I'll tell you what, you let Coburn come in here. I'll bet him $50,000. He can bring any doctor he wants. Bet him $50,000 I'm not losing my hair. So my guy said, okay, I'll ask Coburn. So he asked me, I said, all right, let's take the bet.
Of course, I would take the bet too.
Right.
We never heard back. We could not get back through.
That would have been interesting.
We couldn't speak to Gary anymore. They wouldn't return our calls. Wow. Sent them emails saying we'll take the bet.
Oh, no. I think Andrew's going to get a call now about how they want to get kicked off the stick him.
That's what's going to happen. They're going to kick me off the stick him. That's a really interesting story.
I am not saying that he's losing his hair, but it's pretty fascinating the way it happened, and that he would take the time to deal. I'm such a small fry in the industry compared to him that he would try to get me kicked off the air.
Yeah. That's really interesting. That's a really interesting story.
Yeah, it was kind of, it pissed me off at the time, and that's why I said, we'll take the bet and do all that stuff. I mean, it's 50 G's. It's a lot of money, but, I figured it's good press.
Yeah,
and
of course.
I even told them that, I would basically donate my winnings to charity, any charity that they chose.
Wow.
That would have been really interesting. I wonder what the story's on their behalf,
Yeah, really.
what happened. Well,
Contact
maybe someone will get in touch with us
They're
from
going
there.
to say that it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Listen, I'm kind of friendly with Steve Grillo from the Howard Stern Show.
Yeah. Yeah, I've
Steve
met
had
Grillo
hair
quite a
trans-
few times.
I'm sorry?
I've met Grillo quite a few times.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
So Grillo's he's an interesting cat. I would get loaded with him, and he worked in a few bars that I used to hang out at when I was, go back to New York. And he had a really bad hair transplant, and I'm like, all right, dude, we got to fix you. We got to try to do something for you. So we hooked him up with a doctor who repaired him. He doesn't look like he has a lot of hair, but at least he doesn't look like he has a pluggy hair transplant anymore.
Yeah.
And and he would talk about it on the Stern Show when he would go back to do like the intern stuff and things like that. And they didn't even want to hear my name.
That's so funny.
So there's definitely something going on.
Yeah, something's definitely going on there.